I wasn't aware that people can still smoke in hotels. Is that a thing? To me, that's kind of like smoking in an aeroplane, but not really. I guess if they keep them all in one area, like the smoking area, it's fine. I know it's difficult to give up smoking, right? I know it's difficult to drop bad habits. It isn't as easy as being like, oh, just stop. And listen, I also understand as a smoker, now you have to like go somewhere really out the way to have a cigarette. But also, I also understand I don't want to be inhaling smoke either. I was once on a plane where when we landed, police came on or security came on to take someone off because they had a cigarette in the toilet. You're always told, you know, to not smoke in the toilets, to not even vape in the toilets. It's not as easy as just covering the smoke alarm with a bag, you know. Let's get back into our situation here. If you're caught smoking in places you're not meant to, there can be huge, huge fines. And some places apparently decide to charge even if you aren't caught smoking. So this is Ray, and she went viral after talking about her experience with the Social NYC.
Hey guys, so I really wish we weren't making this video right now, but unfortunately, I don't know what else to do. We are staying at the Social Times Square Hotel, and we were gone today for all day. And we came back around 5 p.m. to find something stuck to my door that said they were charging my room $500 for smoking. We didn't even go into the room. I just took that immediately to the desk, the front desk, asked to talk to the manager. And I said, hey, this can't be possible. We don't smoke. Anybody here knows that I don't smoke. Neither of us smoke. Nobody was smoking in the room. How are you charging me $500? What is this based on? So then he showed me this smoke report that apparently came from our room. I'll show you guys. This is it right here. And this is going to be backwards for you. But it says here that the smoke report picked up smoke coming from our room between 4 p.m. and 4:30. And you asked me where we were. We weren't even here. We were outside.
That's advanced, right? That a smoke thing can pick up a smoke report. But could it be hairspray, air moisture? But they weren't even in their rooms. It's just about to say they were outside. So how does that happen?
We were exploring the city. We weren't even in the room. And we have proof of it. I'll post it here so you guys can see the timestamp on the photos and everything. We came back around 5 o'clock. So how can a smoke detector pick up smoke coming from our room when we weren't even here? And so I told the manager, I said, can you look at your records? Look at the timestamp on the key cards we used to gain entry to the room or the elevator. Look at the cameras, the security footage. We weren't in the room. So how can you charge me for smoking when we weren't even here? And all he could tell me is that this is done.
No.
So the manager said it's done, that there's nothing he can do, that he's not going to check, that he wasn't going to pull any other records, and that I could...
You could literally, as the manager of a hotel, look at everything. Look at the records of the key, security cameras if you need to, their phones. There's probably a timestamp on their phone if they took a picture. You're out taking pictures if you're tourists, right?
I could just dispute it with my bank. Now,
no.
I don't know exactly how to go about this, but there has to be something that can be done because I have proof we weren't here. I don't understand how this can pick up smoke if we weren't here. I said, could it be possible that it was coming from a different room? And he said, no, it came from your room. So I have no idea, but this is really unfair. And especially because when we tried to talk to him, he wasn't helpful at all. All he could tell us was that it was done, that there's nothing he can do, and that he basically just abruptly ended the conversation. It was like, hey, this is done. Like, there's nothing else I can tell you. So we are trying to appeal this. I am reaching out to them. I'm emailing them, but I just wanted to let everybody know this is fucking bullshit. This is a scam. Don't stay at this hotel. We were having a great time staying at this hotel up until this moment when they're trying to scam us out of $500 with no proof other than a piece of paper telling me that they think somebody was smoking here at 4:20. How convenient. When we don't smoke, when I told him, I said, bring somebody here in the room. They can inspect every corner. They can see if it smells like smoke. And again, where's the proof? We weren't even here. And he said it's a done deal. So, I really hope that we can figure this out. But until we do that, I don't recommend anybody to stay at this hotel. I know a lot of people were messaging me asking where we were staying. So this is where we're staying, and I don't recommend it. So that's it, guys. I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but unfortunately, this is what I'm dealing with. And if anybody knows anything, how to deal with this, if anybody has more information or has gone through this, please message me. That would be really appreciated. And thank you. And here's the proof that we were not in the room at the time of the shown report. All of the proof is here, timestamp photos. And then right here are some other reviews that show that this hotel has a habit of doing this to their guests. So there you have it.
Cheeky, really cheeky. I stayed in a hotel in Times Square. I can't remember which one it was. I called the desk the day before we were leaving. I was like, what is our checkout time? Because I'm pretty sure it's 11. And they're like, no, you actually have the whole day till like 4 p.m. to check out of your room. And I was like, oh my God, amazing. Our flight isn't till later, so we can leave the bags in the room, go back into the room, get changed into something, you know, airport suitable. Then when I was checking out, we were charged a late checkout fee. And I said to the lady at the desk, I was like, oh, we were told our checkout time was this. Oh my God, she acted like she owned the hotel and she was in charge of checkout times and I had ruined everything. She was so personally offended by it. And I was like, somebody on the phone told me this. Otherwise, we'd have just left our bag. She took it so personally. Maybe it's a New York hotel staff worker thing. Okay, so recap. The smoke report, which I didn't know was a whole thing, the hotel showed the guests are from detectives that are known to be super dodgy. They actually wouldn't even hold up in court. They are that faulty. I think the service is really bad. The manager could absolutely be like, no, we'll take that charge off. That's fine. I've been to enough hotels to know that sometimes accidents happen. They put things on there like, oh, did you get room service? I'm like, no. Did you get dry cleaning? I'm like, no, I've been here a day. You know, sometimes things happen by accident. Human error, computer error is understandable. And they just take it off. To refuse to look at it any further and just be like, we're done. How are you going to argue with somebody about whether they smoke or not? I would have been really angry and I would have done exactly this. I would have been all over social media. I would have been emailing the head office. I would have signed it, my name, and then I would have been really petty and put my social media account with the most followers on. So just some more context here. This hotel comes up at being $600 plus a night. For horrible service like that, somewhere charging that much. You know what's happened a lot recently is places like this, and again, as somebody who's worked in customer service and worked in like tourist attractions and things like that, people forget that people have paid to be where you are, where you work. You know what I mean? People have paid thousands of their own money to receive the customer service that you are supplying. So you better make it good, or at least slightly friendly. And it does seem like from the reviews that this may be an ongoing scam situation. Maybe the manager's given a target like, you have to charge this many people £500. Maybe they're like, oh, they can afford £600 a night. They can afford an extra $500 fee even. Sorry, I meant dollars. There are plenty of reviews for them on Google that say the same thing. This person says, we stayed at M Social Times Square and were accused of smoking in our hotel room. Something we absolutely did not do, as none of us smoke at all. Despite this, we were charged a $500 fee without any evidence or chance to explain ourselves. We expected a pleasant stay, but instead experienced unfair treatment and poor customer service. It feels like a standard accusation used to extract extra money, which is completely unacceptable. We cannot recommend this hotel to anyone who values fair and honest treatment. There are plenty of other places to stay in New York where you won't risk being hit with false charges for something you never did. This person says, do not stay here. They are dishonest. We were charged for a smoking fee. We tried to refute since we weren't even in the room at the time. My sister and I do not, nor have we ever smoked. They refused to remove a fee. We spoke to someone who would also not give us contact information for higher up. After doing research, I see that we are not the only ones who have been scammed this way. There's a whole forum for M Social. We will not stay here again.
Hey guys, I bring fresh and hot updates about the hotel situation I posted a few days ago. So I've been messaging the hotel to try to get the charge reversed and try to tell them to look at their data and everything to prove we weren't in the room. At the time, the report, they were alleging we were smoking in the room. And they just responded back to me today saying, shocker, surprise. They said, I'm sorry, there was a confusion. The smoke detector.
I 100% thought she was going to say they aren't taking the charge off.
Picked up smoke not at 4 to 4:30 p.m. like we said before. It actually picked up smoke between 10 and 11 a.m., which is conveniently a time that I was present in the hotel room. So now they're trying to claim we were smoking at 11 a.m. or 10 to 11 a.m. And changing the report 5 hours. That's crazy.
Okay, so it does get worse. I thought they were going to be like, oh, sorry about that. It's funny how it all of a sudden changed to when she was in the hotel room. If the reports could change that much or be that much off a time difference, surely they're unreliable, right? You wouldn't trust them. You wouldn't be like, oh yeah, they're definitely right. Why is this person on the other side, the customer service side, so desperate to get this charge going?
This right here is my biggest issue since bringing this situation up and having this much response over it, because it seems like this has been happening to a lot of people, and this has been happening for a while, and so far nothing has happened, right? I was mad for myself for the injustice on this situation, for the unfairness of it all, for being dismissed by management multiple times when I was at the property, when I emailed them twice and still not getting any resolution over the situation. It makes me even more mad for people because this has been happening. People keep tagging me in the other people's videos and just comments like this. There's a bunch of them saying that this has happened to them. So I don't know what needs to happen and who needs to intervene. I am glad I'm speaking up. I'm glad there's a lot of people listening. I hope this, at the very least, brings awareness so that people know what they're getting into, even if the situation doesn't change, because we never know. But, you know, at least people know that this is happening, and so they're aware, and so they can be prepared and they can cover themselves and get those timestamp photos and get those receipts in case you get accused of something like this or you try to get charged that amount of money. So, yeah, this is crazy. Please be safe, everybody. If you have stories, keep commenting. I hope somebody takes an interest on this. Again, I am still doing everything I can, and I'll keep you guys posted. Hey guys, so I actually bring you an update today, but I just wanted to say first, thank you so much for everybody that's been interacting, liking, commenting, making videos, reposting, talking about this, for everybody's support on this situation. This has been overwhelming, to be honest, but I am trying my best to read and respond to everybody, so thank you so much. And I'm just going to go straight to the point. I got an email from the hotel. Email contained a fast checkout email, as if I was checking out of the hotel, but it had a bill. It's exactly the same bill I received. The only difference is that on this one, they had removed the $500 for the smoking fee and then the tax that was attached to that, which was about $45. So it was just a regular amount from my regular bill that should have been before. Now, I truly, truly believe I wouldn't have had this charge removed if it wasn't for all the noise that you guys made and all the attention that this video got.
Did they say anything though? Were they not like, oh, we're really sorry, it was a mess? Or are they just doing it because like, oh, like, I don't know.
So it is unfortunate that it needed to get to this point so that they could respond. I wanted to say that along with this email, I received absolutely nothing else from the hotel. So no attempt of communication, nobody reaching out to me to speak to me about my experience, nobody apologizing for this confusion, for this mistake, for the stress and the time that goes into dealing with the situation and getting it resolved. Absolutely nothing. And they are nothing if not consistent, right? Because they didn't give me the time of day at the hotel and I was trying to explain the situation. They didn't give me the time of day when I was emailing them about the situation, and they're not giving me the time of day now, even now with this whole situation blowing up, basically. So one question that I have for the hotel, because I'm sure they're watching this right now, is one, what about all the other people that have been commenting and sharing their experiences about being in a similar situation with your hotel? And if this is a real mistake where you have faulty equipment or if something's going on and this is not a scam on people, and what are you going to do moving forward to prevent this from happening to your next guest, for people to feel safe going to your hotel and enjoying their time there, knowing they're not going to get charged $500 out of the blue? Those are just some of the questions I feel like it's important to ask. I truly wish they would have just spoken to me when I tried to communicate with them multiple times, and I truly wish it didn't have come to this, but at least the situation aired out a bunch of stuff, a bunch of shady things that were happening to other people and in other hotels. So at least now people are aware of it, and that's the most I can ask for. I'll posting this video. This is what I wanted to happen. I wanted people to be aware, and I think a lot of people are aware now. Maybe too many people are aware now, which is great. So again, thank you so much for your support. I really am grateful for everybody coming together to make this happen and people being willing to make noise. And
sorry, I accidentally ended it too early. Listen, I'm glad she got the refund, absolutely, or the fee taken off. One thing people were saying on this is, why were you following up so much? You should have just sorted it out with your credit card company. Absolutely the fuck not. Hold people responsible and accountable. This company, this hotel must have had so many people complaining about this fee. Even the staff members there must be over people complaining about this. Sort it out. Let them know it's an issue that needs to be sorted out. It's insane. It's insane. Also, arguing a fee on your credit card company isn't always a guarantee that you're going to get the money back. Like, sometimes they have to follow up too. Sometimes banks won't even look at a claim until you have spoken to the hotel themselves, and even then they might still turn you away. Now I'm concerned for my safety. Was there someone in our room without our permission? Are the smoke detectors faulty? I think I need to call the police and report this. See how fast they switch up. That is so true. That could also be a housekeeper. What if they took a little puff of a vape while they were in there and they're like, oh, those things are always wrong. So they don't see it as a faulty thing. Not blaming housekeeping, but I'm thinking, would someone be in your hotel room, you know? Turn it around and sue them for letting you stay in a hotel that has faulty smoke detectors. I used to stay there on every trip until this happened to me as well. They're running a scam. I would fight this till the end of the earth. I would call the non-emergency police, the fire department, the BBB, and local news. Yeah, I would stay at that hotel. I wouldn't say that. I'll be at the thing. I'll be like, call the police right now. Call the non-emergency line. That's everywhere, right? And get them here. And I will show them my evidence that I wasn't in this hotel room. And you can do the same. Smoking has been illegal inside since 2003. No one even smokes inside hotels. They do. They do. I'd be like, well, obviously something is wrong with the smoke detector. I'm going to call the fire department now because I'm worried about my safety and see what happens. Yes. I'm a hotel manager here. They can print a room key audit for you, demand it from the general manager or the property management company before you leave. Agree. 100%. It's nice to see that more people are on their side than not, and that most people felt really strongly about this. Oddly enough, a lot of people really want to see this hotel in a lawsuit, which I kind of do at the end of the day. I'm like, listen, if you're gonna act like, yeah, no, sorry, we're not gonna listen to your reasoning when this seems to happen a lot, take it further. I don't know whether it seems like a calculated scam or it's just, oh, this always happens. Maybe the staff, like, people are always lying about smoking in a hotel room. The attitude of a management is terrible, though. If I was a manager there, and I have worked in management before, okay, I need to speak to someone from head office because this is making my job harder. It's making my job more stressful when I'm getting complaints every month or every few weeks about this smoking fee. I need to see what's happening. Okay, let me know your thoughts down below.